What up, YouTube? Two movies here. Here is my box office recap where I talk about the films in this week's box office and their results. Alright, coming in the number fifth spot, we of course got The Blind, which is of course about the Duck Dynasty patriarch here. Um in the second week, The Blind made about 10.48 million, which I think the movie actually already left us up there, so that's interesting. It's still in the top five, so kudos to it. I haven't seen it, just not really all that interested in it, to be honest. Yeah. Number four, we got The Creator, and it's still not doing so well, but in its second week release, made 24.9 million. Made a little better than last week, but let's just say this movie's a complete flop, which is just disappointing because it's really good. The visuals is really cool. I like the effects and also, it is what it is, I guess. All right, coming in at number third spot is Saw X, making 32.5 million in its second week release. Saw X is still hanging there. I mean, I could see it still being in the top five until like Halloween or maybe until Five Nights at Freddy comes out and everything. Of course, people are going to continue to see it around Halloween time. So, really kudos to Saw X for still having legs still hanging there. Number two is Paw Patrol: The My Movie. In its second week of release, made 38.8 million. Really nice to see Paw Patrol: My Movie still hanging there. Of course, it was number one last week. Who would ever expect that a Paw Patrol movie will beat out a Saw film? Who would expect that one? But here we are. Yeah. Kudos to it. And the number one film in this week's box office is, of course, The Exorcist Believer, which didn't do so bad. Made about 27.2 million. I mean, this movie pretty much made less than David Gordon Green's Halloween films. But I think because like the reviews for Exorcist Believer isn't so strong. David Gordon Green's last entry in the Halloween franchise, most people didn't like. So that probably definitely didn't help it. But despite not doing all that great, I'm pretty sure we are going to still get to see her. I mean, that's the thing about Blumhouse. Their movies, like, even if they, let's say, don't make a lot of money, they're not automatically major flops because how cheap like they make their films. And Exorcist Believer is pretty much one of them. So yeah, I mean, of course, I did saw it yesterday. I was pretty disappointed by it. So yeah, but we'll see if actually to see what will happen or not. But I'm pretty positive they're still gonna do it. But we'll see. Anyway, other films in this week's box office list: A Haunting of Venice came in at number six, making 35.6 million, still hanging in there after 4 weeks. The Nun 2 came in at number seven, making 81.6 million. It's also on VOD, by the way, so there's that. Or did I say? Dumb Money, which you guys really should see, came in at number eight, making 10.6 million. Man, if you guys have not seen Dumb Money, it's literally one of the best films of the year. So get on that. It's really terrific. The Equalizer 3 came at number nine, making 88.8 million in a 6 week release. I see that's still hanging there. And number 10 is Hocus Pocus 30th anniversary release, making 46.4 million, which I actually just saw Hocus Pocus back in the years yesterday as well. Had a bit of an interesting double feature with Hocus Pocus and Exorcist Believer. Obviously, Hocus Pocus was the better film because, well, I've seen that movie tons of times, but never seen it there. So it was really nice. A nice opportunity to get to watch, Hocus Pocus on the big screen. So yeah. And hey, Hocus Pocus obviously is one of the most popular Halloween movies there is. Like other than obviously Halloween and all. Hocus Pocus always gets shown on TV tons of times. They just did the sequel last year. I'm pretty sure we're getting, of course, the third one's still happening. So yeah, Hocus Pocus, like, it's something. The original, like when Hocus Pocus was first released, it did not do so well. It did not do so well with audiences, with critics, but it became a cult favorite as the years went by. And Of course, the sequel is not as good as the first film, but still a decent follow up. So anyway, let me leave you guys. What's your thoughts on this weekend's box office and their results? Did you see any films in this weekend's list? What do you like? What are your thoughts on like Exodus not doing so well, or drop comments? And of course, we got next week coming, and I'm pretty sure the one that's going to beat Exodus is none other than Taylor Swift. So it's going to be Taylor Swift in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. Anyway, drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Saya.